Okay, today we're on the line with Melissa Auf Der Maur. She was the bassist from both Hole and the Smashing Pumpkins. Melissa, how you doing?
Pretty good, thanks. How are you?
Good. Thanks for calling in today. Appreciate it. You're a local Hudson Valley person. This is great.
Yeah, I was actually wondering why you guys wanted to talk to me. I was assuming it had to do with my local Hudson Valley self.
You live up in Hudson, correct?
Yep, right on the Hudson River in the historic little city of Hudson, New York. I'm from Montreal, born and raised in Montreal, but I did live in New York City for years and kind of was returning north and had, in fact, moved back to Montreal when I fell in love with a New Yorker and I found myself back in New York. And then one weekend we took a trip up here because he had gone to Bard College, and I thought, wow, this area is like the perfect geographical in between Montreal and New York City, and it's got this like beautiful light and beautiful landscape, and sort of everything feels possible here. And that's how we've been treating it for the last 8 years.
And that's terrific. How long have you been involved with the art gallery Basilica Hudson?
We founded it in 2010, so this year is actually going to be our 5th year of arts programming. It's a big reclaimed 1880s factory on the Hudson River right across from the Hudson train station. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous, massive industrial building that we bring everything from avant-garde film to alternative rock music, visual arts, contemporary dance. It's a music, film, arts, performance, community, cultural center, and it's been our 5th season. We're seasonal, actually. We're closed right now, which is because it's impossible to heat 17,000 square feet.
I can imagine it's a little bit drafty in there.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, do you perform there at all? When does the season start up?
We open first week of May with the Ramp Festival. This will be our 4th annual, I believe, Hudson Valley Ramp Festival. It's all these chefs come and create a dish around the wild green foraged ramp, and people from all over the area and from the city come up and, like, for one ticket get to eat 25 gourmet chef bites. It's amazing. So that kicks it off in the first week of May, and then we run through Thanksgiving Day weekend. Our biggest event of the year is Thanksgiving Day Farm and Flea Market, which has been a really big success, and it really represents everything we love about the region, the farmers and the makers.
That's terrific. You guys have a website, I'm assuming. Where can people go to check that out?
Yeah, basilicahudson.com.
Cool. And is it like you've obviously you can buy tickets for things on the website, or you can get them there as well?
Yeah. A lot of it is walk up, except our big annual music events, which are more kind of traditionally buy in advance, but really there's so much space here that, I mean, we had I think 6,000 people over the course of Thanksgiving weekend. We got a lot of space, so not always needed to buy in advance. Just come, but sign up for our mailing list, basilicahudson.com.
That's good. You're encouraging spontaneity. I like that.
Exactly. Okay, yeah. And you can walk off the train. It's very convenient.
Oh, cool. You can just hop off the train, and it's right there. That's great.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Now, let's bring it back old school a little bit. I'm sure that you've been asked these questions a few times, but you were involved with the band Hole back in the 90s. What was it like working with Courtney Love?
My whole chapter was a defining moment in my life. I went straight from art school into wild rock worldwide touring at the age of 22, and it was an incredible way to spend the 90s and my 20s. It was, it was an amazing opportunity to be part of that wave of my generation's music culture. You know, Courtney, she is what anyone can. She wears her heart on her sleeve. She's a genius mad woman, and wonderful and infuriating to work with. And I still hold her very close to my heart. And it was a great opportunity to see the world and play my bass a lot.
And now you jumped right from Hole essentially into the Smashing Pumpkins. I know you only did one tour with them. But you were friends with Billy Corgan as well, too, right?
Yeah, exactly. That was actually my segue into Hole, was that my band in Montreal opened up for the Pumpkins during the Siamese Dream tour, and he saw me play, and he recommended me to Courtney for her band. And then right as I was segueing out of Hole, they needed a bass player for their big farewell 2000 to the end of the era tour, and I think we played like 180 shows in 300 days or so. This is an incredible worldwide tour with them. I've never learned so much music in my life and played with that caliber of musician. It was really great. So Billy's been like a big brother mentor to me for most of my life.
That's really cool. Melissa, thank you so much for calling. I just want to get the website out there again, basilicahudson.com. The season starts up in May, and you can even rent the place too. That's awesome. Yeah, you can get married here. We got a special wedding events department for anyone who wants to get married in the Hudson Valley. And I really appreciate Poughkeepsie calling, because I feel like between Albany, that thinks we're too far south, and Poughkeepsie, you probably think we're too far north. I demand that we cross paths. I promise I'll come down there for some special event. But you guys should come up to Hudson. Yeah,
There's a lot of great food and people and things to see.
You'll be in New York City tomorrow night. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about that?
I've done the event once before in Los Angeles. They invited me last year. I think that their events go to a different cause of their choice every time, and this is the local one they chose, the Women of Letters chose. But what I know about is the Women of Letters event, which is an interesting format that these Australian women created back home, and I believe Melbourne, where they choose a theme and they invite a diverse group of women to write a letter to an idea, essentially. For example, the first one I participated in was Dear My First Time, so whatever that meant to any woman. And then the format is really unique in that you stand up in front of an audience, a seated audience, and you read this personal letter to essentially yourself or your inner landscape. And the result is really remarkable. It's just a very intimate women sharing with other women on the stage. We all stand on stage together and stand up and read our letters, and there's a lot of tears shed and a lot of honesty comes out. And it's just a very, I think the organization, asked for no videotaping or recording, and it really is about being there in the moment with these women sharing something personal. And, it's a moment of observation and respect, and it sounds like they've picked a great local cause for this event. So
that's terrific.
That's what I know.
That's terrific. Sounds very interesting. Again, that's the New York Women's Foundation. All the proceeds go to benefit that. Thank you, Melissa Auf Der Maur, former bassist from Hole and the Smashing Pumpkins. Hope to see you soon.